You love them, but you're disappearing. Have you ever felt that way? Like you still care about them, but somewhere in the middle of trying to hold on, you started losing pieces of yourself? When you're struggling to move forward after betrayal, people on the outside think the problem is simple. They think you just can't let go. But it goes much deeper than that. You aren't just attached to the person, you're attached to the hope that one day they will finally choose you in a way that makes all the pain make sense. One moment you're angry, replaying what they did and how many times you had to explain your hurt. The next minute you miss them, and that miss brings a wave of shame. But here's what you need to understand. You do not always miss them because everything was good. Sometimes you miss the version of the relationship you kept hoping would finally show up. The apology that felt real, the change that lasted, the moment they finally looked at you and understood what they broke. You aren't stuck in love. You are stuck in the possibility of love. In my work, people often tell me, I just want peace. Beneath the exhaustion is a painful question. When did I stop listening to myself? Because the pain of betrayal isn't just about what they did. It's about all the moments before the truth became undeniable. The moment something felt off, but you talked yourself out of it. The moment you lowered your standards just enough to keep things from falling apart. The moment you noticed yourself becoming smaller, quieter, and more anxious. That doesn't mean you were foolish, and it clearly doesn't mean the betrayal was your fault. It means the relationship slowly pulled you away from your own intuition. Staying connected to them required you to keep doubting yourself. If you are tired right now, the fatigue is deeper than emotional exhaustion. You are tired of checking, hoping, explaining, and forgiving things that still hasn't changed. Over time, your body can start confusing relief with safety. They create the distress, and then they become the only person you want comfort from. They hurt you, then come back soft. They lie, then say just enough to make you question reality. That cycle is incredibly powerful. It feels like love, but love should never require you to abandon yourself. Healing doesn't begin with shame or asking, how could I let this happen? It begins with total honesty. Missing them does not mean they were safe. Wanting them does not mean the relationship was healthy. Sometimes your heart is just trying to get resolution from the exact same place that created the wound. True rebuilding begins when you can tell the truth without turning it into self-blame. When you can finally say, I love them and this still hurt me. I miss them and I still need to protect myself. I cannot keep disappearing inside the hope that one day they will love me correctly. That is not weakness. That is clarity. And at first, clarity feels like grief. You have to mourn the energy you spent trying to prove your worth to someone who should have been protecting your heart, not confusing it. But the grief is how you come back to yourself. Peace after betrayal is not just about the other person being gone. Peace is when you no longer have to abandon yourself to keep the connection alive. Peace is when you hear your own voice again and you stop needing the person who hurt you to validate the pain they caused. You aren't rebuilding your old self. You are becoming someone entirely new. Someone who listens to their gut sooner. Someone who can love deeply without disappearing. If this resonated with you, like the video and subscribe for more betrayal recovery support. And if you recognize this cycle happening inside of you right now, let's slow this process down together. Click the link to book a betrayal recovery readiness call. We will look at what changed in you, what you've been carrying, and exactly what rebuilding trust in yourself looks like from here. You do not have to keep betraying yourself in the name of being loved. Let's start the real work today.